Allan?
But it's clear to me. The notes that Allan made contain a code that he seems to have prepared for the person who reads his notes. But what? What does the code mean?
Allan, where do you live?
Should you know? Don't you already know me?
If I knew, maybe I would have come to you.
Is it true? I live somewhere in Vermont.
State of Vermont? Far away.
Strange. She seemed to have no idea that where I live in Vermont is so far away from where she lives in Oklahoma. What had shocked her like that?
Allan's notes are detailed. As if, really making myself who read it made curious. Who is this Sherlie? Why did she know Allan? I'm getting curious and will read the notes to the end.
Woodstock, late spring. This time Sherlie talked a lot with me, about her preferences, her favorite foods and her daily activities. We spend a lot of time just chatting.
Allan, why can't you send short messages, or instant messages from my application?
I also don't understand why only your number can contact me. In fact, my other friends have tried to contact me several times. Why don't we chat via chat on the internet? We can determine the time when we will chat. There just happens to be an internet cafe not far from here. Let's just chat through Merc. You know that, right?
Internet cafe? You see, the internet cafe is no longer in my place.
Really? How fast is the change over there?
Of course.
Then, what is your Facebook account name? I will add it to my friends list.
Are you still playing Facebook? I deleted my account a long time ago.
I'm surprised. Facebook is very popular in my place. Everyone has a Facebook account. But Sherlie instead deleted her account and said she was no longer playing Facebook. Then how do I know your face? I'm really curious what her face looks like.
Are you going to look for me? You can find me?
She challenging me. If you want, I can find you. I will invite my friend to look for you. I'm going to get a friend of mine to accompany me there, to Oklahoma.
Okay. My hair is red. I also have a sharp nose. I have a beautiful face and have brown eyes. Also, I have a small birthmark on the right of my chin. Find me.
Hopeful tone. What happened to Sherlie? I'm not really going to look for it all the way to Oklahoma. Why does Sherlie expect me to look for her? I actually want to know who this girl is. Me and my best friend are planning to go see her.
I got carried away further into Allan's story. Allan did take me to meet Sherlie in Oklahoma City. I had refused. But, looking at the notes, it seems that Allan really wants me to go to meet Sherlie. What for? Instead of curiosity, I'll read it again. Who knows? There are more clues in the notes. Allan totally understands my penchant for mysteries and puzzles. Thus, perhaps he thought I could understand his purpose in making these records. I think Allan has given me some codes so far. But what really blows my mind is, why did Allan make codes like this? Why didn't he just tell me what he meant? Is there something standing in the way of Allan? Was this note made under coercion by someone else? Who forced Allan to make these notes? Is there something Allan is hiding from me? I went through many sheets of notes until finally, I reached the last few pages of this story.
Woodstock. Summer 2004. Shirley kept asking for my home address. I just told her that I live in the Vermont area without giving a clear address. I'm afraid if this is a trap of criminals targeting me or my family. Obviously, this isn't about nosy friends playing tricks on me. Because Shirley always pushes me and sounds worried when I don't tell her my home address. I understood something was wrong from the first time I received the call from Shirley. But I don't know what all this means. She always asks things that I think are private. Like, where do I go to school, who are my parents, who are my siblings, my friends. Meanwhile, information about herself always withheld. There was a tone that seemed too forced, as if Shirley was being ordered by someone. I know it.
Hello, Allan? You are still there?
Yes, I'm still listening to you.
Do you know about the murders in Oklahoma 6 years ago?
I was shocked to hear that. What are you talking about?
I'm just asking.
What she was talking about, I never know, and I rarely even watch crime news on television. Especially about the murder case that happened 6 years ago. I can't hold it anymore. I'm fed up with all the pleasantries. What's your real intention of always calling me?
I just want to get acquainted.
It's impossible if she just wants to get acquainted, when she already knew me before. I have to be able to hold back my emotions. I still want to dig deeper about the purpose of always calling me to find out my home address. This weird phone can't receive calls other than Shirley's number. And must have been how many tens of dollars he spent just to call me. With that much money, there's no way Shirley just wants to get acquainted.
Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making.
Shirley, I want to ask you something.
What's that?
You must have spent a lot of money to be able to call me continuously, right?
No. I bought a cell phone package.
Impossible. Cell phone credit is very expensive. After all, calls like this are counted per minute, right?
You are like a person from the past. Don't you know, almost no one uses regular calls like this these days. All via messaging apps.
Again, she said something I did not understand. Suddenly the phone call from Shirley cut off.
Not felt. I've almost reached the end of the note. Just a few sheets left. After that, only blank paper that has not been written anything. At this point, I'm sure Allan did write this note on purpose to give me. Seeing the codes he gave, Allan made me curious about Shirley figure. There is still one last page of notes. I started to continue reading again.
Woodstock, summer 2004. It's been 2 days I haven't received any more calls from Shirley. I can indeed call her number back. But, just an endless dial tone. I'm starting to feel lonely without her. Sherlie is indeed a friendly girl and very comfortable to communicate with. Sherlie has something to hide. I haven't found it yet. I thought all this drama was over. But it turns out that everything is just beginning. Exactly at 10 a.m., there was an incoming call from Sherlie. But she was strangely not as friendly as usual. Her tone was rushed and frightened. Sherlie?
Allan. Help me.
I was just speechless and confused. What was she talking about?
I was actually forced to always call you. By an old woman who kept me here. She told me to ask for your home address. The old woman promised to let me go. When you told me your home address. Help me, Allan. I swear. I don't know how long I've been locked up here. In a place I don't know where.
Old woman who?
Curly hair and dark brown eyes. Help me.
Try to tell me, why were you held captive?
I left the house to visit my friend's house. Suddenly an old woman asked my name. Kidnapped me. And locked me up here. She said I know you. She told me to call you. So you could tell me where your address is. I already said that I really don't know who Allan is. But she insisted that I knew Allan and said that Allan was looking for me.
Why don't you call your parents?
This phone is set with a code. And can only call your number.
Then call the police now.
I've tried many times. But it always fails. The old woman said that this number has been blocked by the police because it is considered to be bullying the emergency number.
Do you really not know where you are being held?
I really don't know.
How can I help you?
My home is on Oklahoma City. Southwest 89th Street Road 111. Please tell my family over there if I'm being held captive.
How do I convince your parents? I don't know them.
My family must think I ran away from home. They think I ran away from home because I disagree about their divorce. I swear. I'm being held captive.
Do you remember your parents' cell phone number? Then Sherlie told her parents' cell phone number. Unfortunately, I forgot that my cell phone can't contact anyone. I rushed to the living room of my house and immediately called the number from my landline telephone. Strangely, the number Sherlie gave was not listed. I rushed back to my room and took my cell phone that I left earlier. Hello, Sherlie. Who lives in your house right now?
I live with my mom and dad. But they just got divorced.
I'm curious about the figure of the old woman. What is my relationship with that old woman? Why does the old woman want to know my house?
I don't know.
Where did that old woman get my cell number?
I don't know.
Is the old woman with you now?
No. I saw that old woman rushing out because someone came to this place.
Are you not lying?
I swear. Allan, help me. There's someone trying to get in here and carrying a knife covered in blood.
Suddenly the call from Sherlie cut off. I do not know what to do. I'm also a bit freaked out. A few moments later my cell phone rang again and I answered it right away. Hello, Sherlie?
Allan.
I stopped reading it. There was a lot of writing that Allan scribbled in such a way that I couldn't read it at all. I ignored the post. I can only read the last page.
After that incident, there were no more calls from Sherlie or any other calls to my cell phone. There is a strange feeling that always haunts me. Moreover, the last call from Sherlie's number really traumatized me. I dare not say this to anyone. After that, I threw away the SIM card and changed the new number on my cell phone. Strangely, after I replaced the SIM card, my cell phone is now running normally. I can call or receive calls from outside. The date and year on my cell phone are now correct, 2004, and I can set them again. Until now, I'm still curious who Sherlie really is. And what does all that happened to her have to do with me?
The notes end here. Furthermore, only blank paper that has not been written anything. Turns out my guess was right. Allan doesn't want to give out his new cell phone number to anyone for some reason. I'm assuming he got a threat from someone. But who? When I was still living here, Allan was only close friends with me. After all, Allan had no enemies. Something's not right with Allan. I'm starting to think if the opportunity arose, I would look for Sherlie. I'm going to Oklahoma City one day. I will look for the girl, to find the bright spot in this problem. If Sherlie's imprisonment really happened, of course this would be very serious. However, he could be lying. I have to prove it by going to her house. Allan, I'm sure to find Sherlie.